Wildfires have become a recurring nightmare across the United States, transforming once pristine landscapes into scorched wastelands. These fires, often sparked by a combination of natural and human factors, spread rapidly, consuming everything in their path. The devastation they leave behind is not just physical but also emotional, affecting countless lives. From the dense forests of California to the windswept plains of Texas, these infernos leave a trail of destruction in their wake, threatening lives, livelihoods, and ecosystems. The fires do not discriminate, affecting both urban and rural areas, and the aftermath can be felt for years. The frequency and intensity of these fires have surged in recent years, signaling a crisis that demands our urgent attention. Climate change plays a significant role, with rising temperatures and prolonged droughts creating the perfect conditions for wildfires to ignite and spread uncontrollably. As the mercury rises and landscapes dry out, the stage is set for more catastrophic fire seasons. The dry conditions turn forests and grasslands into tinderboxes, ready to ignite at the slightest spark. This new reality requires us to rethink our approach to land management and fire prevention. The consequences of inaction are dire. If we fail to address this growing threat, we risk losing more than just trees and wildlife. Our communities, our health, and our economy are all at stake. We face the loss of invaluable natural resources, the displacement of communities, and the release of harmful pollutants into the atmosphere. The smoke from these fires can travel hundreds of miles, affecting air quality and public health far beyond the immediate area of the blaze. The economic burden of firefighting efforts and post-fire recovery stretches into the billions, straining resources and hindering our ability to address other pressing issues. The cost of rebuilding homes, restoring habitats, and supporting displaced families adds up quickly, creating a long-term financial strain. It is imperative that we understand the factors driving this crisis and take swift action to mitigate its devastating effects. This includes investing in better fire detection and response systems, promoting sustainable land management practices, and addressing the root causes of climate change. Only through a comprehensive and proactive approach can we hope to protect our nation from the ravages of wildfires. The human toll of wildfires is both immediate and long-lasting. Thousands of homes are reduced to ashes each year, displacing families and disrupting lives. Communities are forced to evacuate, leaving behind their belongings and facing an uncertain future. The smoke and particulate matter released by wildfires pose significant health risks, particularly for children, the elderly, and those with respiratory conditions. Beyond the immediate impact on human life, wildfires wreak havoc on the environment. Forests, grasslands, and wildlife habitats are decimated, leading to a loss of biodiversity and ecosystem services. Soil erosion increases, water quality deteriorates, and the release of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere exacerbates climate change. The long-term consequences of these ecological disruptions are profound and far-reaching. While human actions play a significant role in igniting and exacerbating wildfires, it is important to acknowledge the role of natural factors. Drought conditions, fueled by climate change, create a tinderbox-like environment where vegetation becomes highly flammable. Prolonged periods of below-average precipitation dry out forests and grasslands, making them susceptible to ignition. Wind acts as a force multiplier, fanning small flames into raging infernos. Strong winds can carry embers for miles, igniting spot fires ahead of the main fire front and making containment efforts extremely challenging. The combination of drought and wind creates the perfect storm for wildfire activity, turning manageable fires into unstoppable forces of destruction. While natural factors set the stage for wildfires, human actions are often the catalyst that ignites the flames. Unattended campfires, discarded cigarettes, and faulty equipment are common causes of human-sparked wildfires. As human populations expand into wildland areas, the risk of accidental ignitions increases. Climate change, driven by human activities such as the burning of fossil fuels, is exacerbating wildfire risk by increasing the frequency and severity of droughts and heat waves. Warmer temperatures lead to increased evaporation, drying out vegetation and creating conditions that are ripe for ignition. The link between climate change and wildfire activity is undeniable and underscores the urgent need to address this global challenge. Section 5. A legacy of suppression, fueling the firestorm. For decades, the prevailing approach to wildfire management in the United States was one of aggressive suppression. While well-intentioned, this strategy has inadvertently contributed to the current crisis by disrupting the natural role of fire in many ecosystems. You see, fire is an essential ecological process that helps to clear out dead and decaying vegetation, reducing fuel loads and promoting forest health. By suppressing fires, we have allowed fuels to accumulate to unnatural levels. When fires do occur, they burn with an intensity and ferocity that is difficult to control. This legacy of suppression has created a dangerous feedback loop where past fire suppression efforts have made future wildfires more severe. Section 6. Development on the edge wildland-urban interface risks. As urban areas expand into wildland areas, we are witnessing a growing number of homes being built in the wildland-urban interface, or WUI. The WUI is the zone where human development meets fire-prone natural areas. Homes in the WUI are at increased risk of wildfire damage due to their proximity to flammable vegetation and the challenges of firefighting in these areas. The increasing number of homes in the WUI has significant implications for wildfire management. Firefighters face greater risks when protecting homes in these areas, and the potential for loss of life and property is substantial. It is essential that we prioritize fire-resistant building materials and landscaping practices in the WUI to reduce the risk of catastrophic losses. Section 7. Shifting the paradigm, embracing a new fire regime. Addressing the wildfire crisis requires a fundamental shift in our approach to fire management. The increasing frequency and intensity of wildfires have made it clear that our traditional methods are no longer sufficient. We need to rethink our strategies and adopt new practices that can better cope with the changing conditions. We must move away from a reactive strategy of suppression towards a more proactive and holistic approach that recognizes the ecological role of fire and prioritizes long-term resilience. This means understanding that fire is a natural part of many ecosystems and can actually help maintain their health and diversity. This new paradigm embraces a range of strategies including prescribed burning, mechanical thinning, and community education. Each of these methods plays a crucial role in reducing the risk of catastrophic wildfires and promoting a healthier, more resilient landscape. Prescribed burning, also known as controlled burning, involves intentionally setting fires under specific conditions to reduce fuel loads and mimic the natural role of fire in an ecosystem. This practice not only helps to prevent larger uncontrolled wildfires, but also supports the regeneration of native plant species and the habitats they provide. Mechanical thinning involves the removal of trees and other vegetation to reduce fuel density and create defensible spaces around homes and communities. This method is particularly important in areas where prescribed burning is not feasible due to safety concerns or other constraints. Community education is crucial for raising awareness about wildfire risks, promoting fire-safe practices, and fostering a shared responsibility for wildfire preparedness. By engaging local communities and providing them with the knowledge and tools they need, we can build a more fire-resilient society that is better equipped to face the challenges of a changing climate. Section 8. A call to arms: collective action for a safer future. The wildfire crisis is a complex challenge that demands a collective response. It requires collaboration among government agencies, scientists, land managers, policymakers, and citizens. We must invest in scientific research to better understand wildfire behavior, develop innovative technologies for fire detection and suppression, and implement adaptive management strategies that can evolve with changing conditions. Policymakers play a crucial role in enacting legislation that promotes responsible forest management, incentivizes fire-resistant building codes, and supports community-based wildfire preparedness initiatives. By working together, we can create a safer and more resilient future for ourselves and generations to come. Section 9. Our shared responsibility: safeguarding our land and legacy. The wildfire crisis is a stark reminder of our interconnectedness with the natural world. Our forests, grasslands, and communities are all part of a delicate balance that we must strive to maintain. When one part of this system is threatened, the ripple effects can be felt far and wide. We have a shared responsibility to protect our forests, grasslands, and communities from the devastating effects of wildfire. This means not only responding to fires when they occur, but also taking proactive steps to prevent them. By embracing a new fire regime, prioritizing fire-safe practices, and educating our communities about the importance of these measures, we can make a significant impact. Working together to address the root causes of this crisis is essential. This includes understanding the role of climate change, land management practices, and the need for sustainable development. We can create a future where wildfires are a natural part of the landscape rather than a catastrophic threat. Controlled burns and other land management techniques can help maintain healthy ecosystems. The time for action is now. We cannot afford to wait any longer. Every moment we delay increases the risk to our environment and our communities. Let us heed the lessons learned from past wildfires. These events have shown us the importance of preparedness, community cooperation, and the need for ongoing vigilance. By working together to safeguard our land and legacy, we can ensure a safer, more resilient future for generations to come. This involves everyone from local communities to policymakers. By embracing a proactive and collaborative approach, we can tackle this challenge head-on. It requires commitment, innovation, and a willingness to adapt. Together, we can create a future where both people and nature can thrive in harmony, ensuring that our natural heritage is preserved for all to enjoy.